Hey everyone, so today's video was a very highly requested video once I posted my review of the new Milk Makeup Blur and Set Powder, and all of you were asking for me to do a comparison between this guy and the Glossier Wowder. So here I am today. I'm bringing you a quick comparison video between these two guys. These two products are pretty similar. I actually have the Glossier Wowder on this side of my face and the Milk Makeup Blur and Set on this side, and I will be doing a demo, swatches, really up close shots so that you can see how both powders look on my skin. So if you enjoy these types of comparison videos and if they're helpful, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I hope that you'll subscribe for my upcoming videos. I have a lot of really cool ones coming up soon. The Milk Makeup Blur and Set is $29 and you get 0.87 ounces in here, and the Glossier Wowder is $22 and you get 0.25 ounces. So the Wowder is cheaper but you get less product, whereas the Milk Makeup is more expensive but you do get more product for your money. Just to preface this video, just like I did in my last Milk Makeup powder review, I do have dry skin. I will honestly skip powder on an everyday basis. I will use it if I want my makeup to last longer, if I need to tone down shine in certain areas of my face. I've definitely collected my thoughts and who I think these two products are targeted towards and who they're going to work better for. These products pretty much do the same thing and market themselves as doing the same thing. Milk Makeup says that this will set your makeup and is a little bit more of a matte finish, and it will blur your pores. The Wowder is pretty much supposed to do the same thing. It's supposed to set your makeup, blur pores, and both of them kind of argue that it's not going to look cakey on the skin. It's just going to tone down shine. Just like I mentioned in the Blur and Set video, this is not an overly matte powder, and I'm not exactly sure why Milk Makeup decided to call it a matte powder. I would say that it's like a natural finish. It doesn't have any shimmer, it's not glowy per se, but I don't find that this is like makes my skin look very flat. I find products like the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder to be more matte than this is. This, on the other hand, I do find to be, again, more of a natural finish. Both come in 3 shades, but this is an actual tinted powder, whereas the Milk Makeup is translucent. There's a light translucent, a medium translucent, and a dark translucent. I actually do find that the Wowder gives like the slightest bit of coverage because it does have a tint to it, whereas the Milk Makeup, it's a more translucent product, so it's not going to give you any added coverage. So let's get into the demo so you can see how the actual makeup looks on the skin. Both of these products go on the skin in a very similar way, and I wish I could say there was a huge difference, but I don't feel like it is a very stark noticeable difference. I do find that the Wowder under the eyes does look the easiest bit smoother. I really like the way it glided under my eyes and didn't highlight any of the texture, whereas on the Milk Makeup side, again, none of my texture is very highlighted, but it is a little bit more matte than the Wowder, so it's not as smooth, I think, under my eyes as the Wowder side is. Now, on the actual face, I feel like I prefer the Milk Makeup in some areas. So definitely around my chin, because it's such a thin product, I don't find that it collects in any weird places on my chin. My chin is definitely a trouble spot for me for pores, textural issues. Really, if a foundation or tinted moisturizer is going to look cakey in an area, it's definitely going to be on my chin. Around my nose, the Milk Makeup definitely looks smooth, but it doesn't look ultra smooth. I'm more impressed with the way it looks like on my chin than on my cheeks. Whereas on the Wowder side, I feel like the Wowder blurs a little bit more than the Milk Makeup, at least on my skin. Now, because it does have a tint to it, I find that I prefer the way the Milk Makeup looks on my chin, which is, again, a more problem area for me. What I gather from all of this is that if you have dry skin, the Wowder is probably going to be a better product for you. In all of the drier areas on my face, the Wowder performed better, whereas the areas in my face that tend to be a little bit more oily and act like oily skin, the Milk makeup actually worked a lot better. So for example, my chin, I felt looked better with the Milk makeup, and obviously this is catered towards oily skin, so that makes sense to me. Whereas areas like my circles under my eyes, I felt like looked a lot smoother and more hydrated with the Wowders. I think it depends on your skin type, definitely, and it depends on what kind of finish you want. One downside to the Wowder is that there are only 3 shades. So if you're very, very light, if you're like 2 shades lighter than I am, I don't think that the Wowder is going to work for you because it does have that tint to it. I do feel like you can be pretty light and wear the Milk makeup. But if you do like to wear very light makeup, or you just want to put a little concealer on your face and use the Wowder all over your face, it's nice to have that little bit of extra coverage, especially for me under my eyes. I do think if you're super, super light or super, super dark, you're gonna have issues with finding the right shade with the Wowder. So there's definitely pros and cons to both products. I thoroughly enjoy both of them, and I'm definitely glad that I have both of them on a more everyday basis. When I just want something to very lightly set my makeup, I think I'm going to be going with the Wowder. But I really do like this, and I'm very surprised that it works as well on my dry skin as it does. And you do get more product with the Milk makeup. If you do feel like trying out the Wowder, you can use my Glossier rep link, and I'll leave it down below. And with that, you get 20% off and free shipping on your first order. So I'll leave that down below. I feel like you can't really go wrong with either of these products. I thoroughly enjoy both of them. So I hope this video was helpful. Make sure to give it a thumbs up again, subscribe if it was helpful, and leave any comments down below, questions. I'm always happy to help, and I will see you in my next video.